Now at 10, confusion and conflict at tonight's special council meeting in Carthage. Plus, the 49th annual Four States Farm Show kicks off in Pittsburgh. And a walk of silence marks the night before the last memorial run in Joplin.
The Four States Most Watched News starts now.
The Carthage City Council holds a special meeting tonight to handle only one issue in mind. This is KOAM News at 10 on KOAM. I'm Anthony Saviello. It started with some confusion as members of the council introduced a substitute resolution for the mayor's removal, which was different from the posted agenda before the meeting. The council then moved forward with impeaching the mayor to set up his removal. However, the mayor vetoed the motion, pushing the dispute to the next council meeting.
Because of different factors, I asked the council to substitute a resolution for the one that was on the agenda. They did so, and that is what was vetoed by the mayor.
The mayor has the authority under the city charter to veto any ordinance or order of the council that provides for the expenditure of city funds. And so, as a result, once the ordinance passed, the mayor exercised his veto power to kill the ordinance until the city council has a chance to override it.
The next meeting will be Monday at 6:30. It's getting pretty warm outside. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us.
It is getting warm outside. We're seeing these temperatures getting up to the mid to upper 80s now, but tonight dropping down to the upper 60s as right now. We're getting to the upper 50s as our low tonight, closer to upper 50s and lower 60s. We're already dipping into the 60s right now. We don't have any rain on the forecast until Monday. So a lot of ground clutter happens at night, but we're not seeing any rain moving in until Monday morning. So all weekend it's going to be sunny and clear, but we do have some fog in the morning, which is going to drop these visibility down to half a mile. Some areas may see even less than that, so it's a good excuse to sleep in. Now we'll also talk about your weekend forecast in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. The Circuit Court of Cole County, Missouri issues a ruling against Denali Water Solutions this week. At issue was whether or not the Fertilizer Control Board of Missouri was required to issue Denali a permit for such things as field inspections or enforcement procedures. In October of 2023, the Missouri Department of Natural Resources responded to calls alleging over-application of industrial process wastewater at a property in Southwest City, Missouri. In November, a court ordered Denali to stop land application in Missouri and empty its storage basins. This week's court ruling determined that the fertilizer law does not require the Fertilizer Control Board to issue permits to Denali. We reached out to the Arkansas-based company earlier today and they issued a statement that reads in part, "While we do not agree with the court's decision, we will continue to comply with the state's rules and to collaborate with regulators and policymakers to manage residuals for the benefit of Missouri's environment and communities," end quote. You can read the full statement on our website, koamnewsnow.com. Some landowners in southeast Kansas make a push to get rid of wind and solar power in Crawford County. Today, the Crawford County Commission heard arguments whether or not to extend a moratorium on further development of wind and solar farms in the county. The plan of the commission is for the incorporated areas. The moratorium expires on December 31st, 2024. The Four State Farm Show returns for its 49th year. The show opened today with around 700 displays. Far from the 60 displays the show featured in its first year back in 1975. The show continues the rich tradition of providing area attendees access to the very latest in agricultural and rural living technology, products, and services.
It depends on the community. From the ag community, we're just happy to showcase the latest in agricultural products, services, technology. For the city of Pittsburgh, it's a kind of a financial windfall in terms of restaurants, hotels, convenience stores, that type thing. So everyone really benefits in the area from the show.
The show runs from today through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is the farm show's 4th year at PSU. Preparations are underway for the final Joplin Memorial Run. Roughly 2,300 runners are signed up to participate in one of tomorrow's races. The Memorial Run honors the victims of the 2011 Joplin tornado. Over the past 10 years, the run has raised more than $300,000 for charity. More than 600 volunteers will help make the event happen. Both runners and organizers hope to make the final race meaningful.
We've really seen the whole Joplin community say, hey, we're coming out, we want to be a part of this. We're really excited to support the final event with volunteering, with running. So it's meant a lot to see the Joplin community still embrace this event and say, hey, we want to really take it out well.
Tomorrow's event will end with the 161 race banners representing the victims of the Joplin tornado given to the families following all races. Tonight, the Joplin residents came together to honor the tornado's victims with a walk of silence. The walk is 2 miles total and takes people from Memorial Hall to the race banners recognizing all the lives lost. This is also an annual tradition, and like the run, this will be the final year of the walk of silence.
I feel like they have really stuck together and they have come together as a community and got through this and is still supporting one another and rebuilding the town, of course, and everything, but also helping rebuild each other's lives. It seems like they've held together really well as a community and been there for each other.
The event was free and open to all members of the public. 70 years after the passage of Brown versus the Board of Education, the superintendent of Topeka's schools looks to the future. That's coming up. And students at Central Elementary in Baxter Springs, Kansas also look to the future with Career Day events. 70 years ago today, Brown versus the Board of Education, Topeka, Kansas, overturned the separate but equal policy in schools, an important step in the fight to end racial discrimination. Janet Shamelin introduces us to the women who, now running the Topeka schools, guided that legacy of that Supreme Court decision.
I heard you had a birthday.
Home-delivered birthday gifts and cake aren't generally part of a school curriculum.
Good morning.
But Topeka School Superintendent Tiffany Anderson rarely sticks to a lesson plan when there's a child in need.
If we don't do it, who will?
The district at the center of the 1954 Brown versus Board of Education ruling outlawing racial segregation in schools
in the past, they have tried doing separate but equal,
is now helmed by its first black female superintendent.
70 years later, do you live with the burden of their hope and dreams?
I think 70 years later, I live with the privilege to help their hopes and dreams come to life. I'm standing on their shoulders.
High school graduation rates have skyrocketed from near 70 to 91% during her 8-year tenure. She's established morale-boosting programs like graduation ceremonies for students in the nearby state correctional facility.
So have faith that you will make it through and be out of this space.
In a district where almost half of students qualify for subsidized lunch, she put washers and dryers in schools, as well as food and clothing pantries.
It's not really hard to get people on board when they know that you care and they know they can be part of something pretty incredible and transformational.
Why isn't it happening somewhere else?
Sometimes fear. Fear can make you choose not to accept other people. Fear can shut down systems in a way like nothing else can.
The historic district is transforming once again, this time opening its doors to refugees and migrants.
Just because somebody doesn't speak English doesn't mean they're less valuable to a community.
Students from more than 40 countries have enrolled.
We have clothing, we have...
Director of Cultural Innovation, Pilar Mejia, welcomes each one.
Without this program, where do you think some of these families would be right now?
It would be tragic. They might end up in either not being able to come or stay in situations in their countries that are dire.
Is there any connection that you can draw there between what's happening now with these kids and the situation at the time?
The connection is they all are looking for a better and brighter future. They're all hoping for something better for their lives. We're dealing with families who want more for their children.
It's that better, brighter future that was fought over 70 years ago in the schools of Topeka. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Topeka, Kansas.
Research shows many school districts today remain racially segregated. According to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, there are currently more than 200 open school desegregation cases currently on the federal docket. The music department at Fort Scott Community College is making an addition to hopefully pull interest to prospective music students. Starting fall 2024, the department will have a music studio capable of recording 16 tracks at a time. An unused computer lab located inside Ellis Hall will be the location of that new studio. According to music professor Chris Goddard, this will give students a chance to expand their knowledge about the music industry beyond what they are already learning.
We have students that are coming in with years of experience creating beats and working with their friends and recording in a very kind of thrown together type of way. So what I want to do is give them something a little bit more secure and established and let them do the same thing that they've been doing, just in a little bit more of a professional environment.
Goddard says they already have the base budget for the studio. However, they are seeking community donations and asking for equipment donations for the new space. The Central Elementary School in Baxter Springs hosted a career day event today for the kiddos. Students from 13 different 3rd through 6th grade classes took part in the event, which was designed to encourage students to stay in school and remind them of the importance of getting a good education. A little later, the city of Joplin offers a free curbside tree limb cleanup. We've got the details.
And we'll take a look at the weekend forecast right after this.
At Menard.
Well, temperatures are warming up. We're seeing temperatures in the upper 80s today. Let's take a look outside at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Nice night, a little cloudy here and there, but overall we're not seeing much on the forecast until Monday. So it'll be a perfect weekend to mow the grass, do any outside yard work that you want to do. It's going to be clear all weekend long. We do have a slight chance of rain on Saturday night, but it's really only hitting those northern counties, and it's a very low chance as well. So not to mention all the rain that we've gotten this week, last week, the week before that. Most of us are out of a drought. We still have some dry conditions south of Joplin, but overall looking pretty good, and we do still have a few more chances of rain before our spring season is officially over, and that means that we might be completely out of a drought by the time summer rolls around. Tomorrow morning, we've got a chance of fog starting to roll in pretty early. We've got less than half a mile visibility in some areas, so it's going to be cause for concern when you're up and about. But it is Saturday and it is 7 a.m., so it'll be a perfect chance to sleep in and miss the fog. For the rest of the weekend, going to be pretty good. They got that foggy morning on Saturday, but temperatures getting up to 84 degrees and sunny, 87 degrees and sunny on Sunday. So it's going to be pretty hot and sunny all weekend long. Now take a look at that future track. We might have that chance of rain Saturday, but overall some clouds here and there, going to be pretty nice. Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. We've got a nice little storm system rolling in west of Wichita. It's going to be making its way into our area on Monday morning. Now still a few days out, so we're not too close to that system yet. We're not expecting really severe weather on Monday, but we are expecting strong to severe storms. But our main threat that we're looking at is going to be on Tuesday. We've got a possible alert day for Tuesday. Like I said, we're still 4 or 5 days out. So once we get a little closer, we'll have a lot more confidence in what we can expect timing-wise, severity-wise, but keep your eye out on Tuesday. But for the weekend, sunny skies all weekend long in the 80s, lows in the 70s, and even getting into lows in the 60s, even getting to low in the 70-degree range Monday night into Tuesday. 88 degrees on Tuesday, so that warm air is going to cause some major instability on Tuesday, not to mention a few other parameters that we see for that severe weather threat. Scattered thunderstorms stick around on Wednesday, then temperatures do start to drop from 88 on Tuesday, 80 Wednesday, 75 on Thursday, and then we'll start to warm back up. Thursday, Friday looks pretty good. A little cloudy here and there, and then we've got chance of scattered thunderstorms returning next weekend. So we've got 2 chances of thunderstorm events this week.
It's getting warm. It
is getting warm. We skipped the whole sunny and 75. We had rainy in 75 and now hot, muggy, 90-degree weather coming up.
Well, at least we're getting some variation.
Yeah.
Maybe not
I
too
like
happy
the rain.
about
No,
it.
don't get me wrong. I like the rain. I'm a meteorologist, you know, but I would definitely love sunny and 70-degree weather.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks, Lindsay. The City of Joplin approves free curbside tree limb cleanup removal. Residents should place tree limbs and vegetation at the curbside before Monday morning, June 3rd. Keep in mind the program is not offered for any construction material debris such as roofs, siding, fences, insulation, household items, etc. For a complete list of do's and don'ts, just head over to our website, komnewsnow.com. Coming up in sports, postseason high school baseball continues in Southwest Missouri. We'll have a look at the scores, plus Missouri Southern baseball seeks a spot in the regional title game. Brock Baldridge will bring us the highlights and more.
New Honda during the trade drop-off event.
Well, it's day 2 of the NCAA Central Region Tournament in Joplin. Missouri Southern baseball gets things started off with a bang yesterday, winning the game off of a walk-off single thanks to Garrett Rice. And while this evening, the Lions play Arkansas Monticello, who won their first game. Here we go from day 2 of the Central Region. The host, Missouri Southern, faces the GAC tournament champs, Arkansas Monticello. We pick things up in the 3rd inning. Drew Townsend gives this ball a ride deep to center field. The outfielder is a little twisted up, but maybe a little bit disoriented out there. Falls down for a hit and bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. Southern leads 1-0. Later in the inning, Henry Kuziak singles sharply up the middle. That allows Drew Townsend to come in to score. And with that hit, Kuziak sets the MIAA conference record for most hits in a career. Lions go up 2-0. We go to the 6th now. Kuziak stays hot. This ball is belted deep to left field. Outfielder's out of room, and it's out of here. Solo bomb makes it a 3-0 game. Lions led 4-0 at one point, so the bottom of the 7th, Southern leads 4-3. Look at this. Drew Davis lays out. We just saw a man fly. Unbelievable diving catch. Keeps it a 1-run game. Next batter now, Bull Weevil. Start to make it interesting as Chase Cripps hits this over Kuziak's head. It goes into the gap, rolls to the fence. Arkansas Monticello takes a 5-4 lead after the RBI triple. Last chance for the Lions now. In the bottom of the 9th, game-tying run at the plate. Drew Townsend pops up, and that will be your ball game. Arkansas Monticello wins the game 7-4. Missouri Southern will face Harding tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. with their season on the line. And well, earlier today in the losers bracket, number 3 Arkansas Tech faces the number 7 seed Harding, and well, the Bison go to work and get the job done. Harding wins that game 3-2. As Arkansas Tech is eliminated from the regional tournament, their season comes to an end. Well, Crowder College baseball begins a best-of-3 series against Seminole State this afternoon in the South District Tournament. Well, the Rough Riders look to advance to the JUCO World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado. Well, the Rough Riders coast to an 11-2 victory in Game 1 of the series against the Trojans this afternoon. The Rough Riders have not lost a game in the month of May. They've now won 6 in a row, and they are 3-0 on the season against Seminole State. In high school baseball, Neosho High School tries to make it to the district championship game as the Wildcats play in the Class 6 District 6 semifinals tonight. Well, really hard-fought battle as Neosho just falls short to the Nixa Eagles. Wildcats lose a heartbreaker 3-2. Their season comes to an end. Well, there was a lot of discussion in the past 24 hours on where Webb City baseball will play Carl Junction baseball in the Class 5 District 7 title game. Well, the district host is in Belton, Missouri, which is well over a 2-hour drive away. And well, the Missouri State High School Activities Association stepped in and announced that the district championship game will be moved to Warren Turner Field in Joplin on the campus of Missouri Southern. Well, that's your look for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Greatest sleep innovation ever created.
An Indiana judge has answered a question that has plagued humankind for generations. Actually, it may have only been asked in Fort Wayne. That's where Martin Quintana opened Famous Taco in a single-family home. The problem was he was in an area where the city had designated only restaurants that serve sandwiches could open. That's because they wanted to keep out fast food restaurants. Quintana argued his restaurant is legal because tacos are Mexican sandwiches. Judge Craig Bobay settled the issue Monday. He ruled that tacos and burritos are, in fact, sandwiches. Bobay pointed out the language in the restriction does not limit restaurants to only American cuisine. I don't know about that.
No. My humble opinion, I would say tacos are tacos.
Tacos are tacos.
I agree.
You know, it doesn't matter where it's from. A taco's a taco.
A taco's. Yeah. It deserves the respect of being a taco, not lumped in with other sandwiches.
That's fair. Yeah. What's our weather looking like, Lindsay?
Looking pretty good. We've got sunny skies all weekend long. Temperatures in the upper 80s, so going to get pretty warm. And we've got thunderstorms rolling back around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with a possible alert day for Tuesday, so we'll be aware for that.
Have to keep an eye out. Final sports note.
Obviously, Missouri Southern, they fall short tonight. Their season's on the line tomorrow. Elimination game against Harding. If they win that, they'll play that night. And, well, they need to run the table in order to move to Super Regional. So they got a lot of winning ahead of them if they want to move on.
Got a lot of work cut out for them.
Absolutely,
for sure.
yes.
Absolutely. Well, that's our time for tonight. From all of us here at KOAM, have a great night.